Well, here we are at firstoffthebike.com. We are lucky enough to be joined by Caroline Steffen, one of the elite women in world of triathlon and long course racing. Caroline, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you up here. Always good when you come up to a race. We love watching you go. Bahrain 13, the endurance team. How's all that going?
Yeah, it's going really well. In my case, I'm just really happy to be back in the team. It's good to have support on the race, like here in Cairns. Yeah, it's good to...
So obviously you've got this group of 13 athletes, and we just said off air how amazingly good this group was. And do you feel the pressure of being involved in something that elite?
Kind of, but yeah, the last race I did was like, actually was running and saw James in the lead. It was like, oh my God, he's going to win. That was in Vietnam, and I felt kind of a bit, I have to do the same. If he wins, I have to win too. And I always feel like if you're in a team, you feel a bit of pressure of you have to perform well to keep the team proud. And,
yep.
But that's maybe what I need to do well.
Is that, I was about to ask, is that, this sort of change is another sort of evolution of you? Is this might be version 3.0 that we're seeing of Caroline Steffen? Is this what you need to keep yourself motivated and to keep yourself interested in what's going on?
Yeah, maybe it does. I mean, last year was a bit on my own way. I had Chris as my coach and I had a manager who looked after me, but otherwise I felt like I'm a bit, not lost, but on my own road and no one really cared what I did. But
yeah.
with having a team behind, like I had with Team TVB and now Bahrain 13, it's just, you get that support and you feel like you're part of something.
Yep.
And I like to follow my teammates, and if they're doing great, it's just another motivation to even go maybe tiny bit harder, yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? Because you are, like triathletes, it's not like it's a cycling team where you'll be helping somebody, literally helping them on the road and things like that, because it is an individual sport. But this is as close to it as you're going to get, isn't it, to getting involved in a group?
Yeah. I mean, in the race, you still do your own thing and you don't have any team who can help you out. Maybe that's going to be the future, have teams and they help you out each in a race. But I think at the moment it's just more being in the race and have support, like cheering you on, and maybe even leading up to the race, have a bit of support with sharing and spend time together. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? The women's racing has changed, hasn't it? Have you found in Kona especially that the way women race that event is different?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I would say 2012, that was the first year where we saw the change in long distance triathlon, women triathlon.
And who's outside of yourself? Who do you think's spearheading that? I mean, because there just seems to be this. When you go to Kona, there was that one or two off the front, and then everyone will be stretched out. And now it's this, it's almost like you do an imitation of what goes on in the men's event in terms of that the front end. Is that how you see it? Yeah,
definitely. We are. The last couple of years we had those swim packs where you never saw before. In the girls, we have like 10 or even more swim together and then get on the bike together and stay together till at least Harvey. And you saw that the last few years, and I think that's going to be the future. Maybe changed a bit, but we have so many good swimmers at the moment, and so many really strong cyclists. So
how does it change your training? Do you sort of focus more on the swim to make sure you get on the front end and make sure that you're still there?
Yeah, it does change a bit my training, especially on the bike. I think on the bike I worked a bit on being ready of attack certain to get if people attack, to be able to attack as well. Where before was more like I'm by my own anyway for 180k and just cruise, but now I put a bit of more like effort stuff in my training to be able to go with people who share out and try to get it go away. Yeah.
You built a reputation on going to the well. I think you built a freeway to the well where you just went so deep. We saw you go so deep and turn yourself inside out. I mean, it's you are one of the most courageous racers we've seen in the last decade. How do you keep doing that? How do you keep going back there and fronting back up to those races again? I mean, I reckon I asked you this a couple of years ago in Abu Dhabi, and I see still that you have this burning motivation. But how does that keep going?
I just love what I do. It's just a deep love to sport. And if I race, it's just I want to go for it. I'm not gonna that option to DNF or giving up or not giving my best. That's just not an option to take. I think I love what I do.
Big push in the triathlon world at the moment about equality for women and getting the buzzers, the 50 women to Kona, and I guess it's not so much the number because that's arbitrary, but they just want equal numbers. That movement. Where do you sit? Where do you sit in all that?
I thought when they started talking about that, it's a bit a fluke at the start. I don't know, they maybe talk about a few weeks and then it's going to be, but it's getting really big. And I heard a couple of interviews with Rachel and some other girls, and I think it's really important to get that into the numbers, if it's 30 or 35 or 40 or whatever the number is. But I think we should get the same amount of numbers if we get the same amount of prize money. And I do understand when people say they're more pro male than female, but if you have a look on a pro ranking, like on the points, they're like hundreds of guys. They barely own any points. They just have a license. Yeah, they do have a license, but they're not really racing. Where, yeah, the girls, I think they're racing more. And to get qualified for Hawaii, it's we need so much points. Like the girls, you can win Cairns and you can win Ironman UK and you're still not qualified. You're a double Ironman winner, but you don't have enough points. You need at least around 5,000 points, where the guys around 3.5, they're qualified. And I think just that fact should show we definitely need more starts for the girls as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's an ongoing battle, no doubt, but you've got a few to face yourself in the next few days with some racing. Good luck with your race up here, and good luck also with the rest of your season. You're one of our favourites. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.